So we're down at the market today, and I've got Rob here. Rob is the market coordinator for the CRD. Now, Rob, can you tell me about some of the entrance requirements to get into the market for a vendor?
Sure. It's make it, bake it, and grow it, and live on Salt Spring Island, and that's the easiest. That's the easy answer.
So does it get more complicated than that, or what?
Well, people ask, what does make it, bake it, and grow it mean? And so when you start asking questions and pushing the limits as to what make it, bake it, and grow it is, then I start, there's gray lines, right?
And do a lot of the vendors complain about each other sometimes?
If they're all making money, nobody complains.
But sometimes if somebody shows up with something that's not, maybe it's a little iffy, do the other ones kind of say, do they police it themselves is my question?
They like to bring it to my attention, and that's my job.
It's a competitive market for the vendors, isn't
it? This year it is, especially. It's not. This is great. Like we're rocking July, but April, May, and June were all January, right? So we weren't pumping people through here. So
about how many people a day do you usually get through in the market?
Walking through the market? I have no estimate. That's a good question, but count the cars that come off the ferry, and I guess that's how we'd figure it out.
It must be like 10,000 people or something. It's huge. The market is huge.
I know it is, and it's an amazing thing. If there wasn't a market, what would be the draw of Salt Spring Island? I don't know.
So what time do the vendors usually show up at?
They start showing up before 7 a.m. and the farmers have to be set up before 8 a.m. And by 8 a.m., the seasonals, this is the guys who have been here for a really long time, also have to declare that they're here. And then I have a long list of new day vendors, and they're normally craftspeople of different, craft could be anything as long as it's not grown. And I start at 8 p.m. placing them in the market from, filling in all the gaps and then using the boardwalk. And that's normally done by 10 this time of year, or not 10, by 9 o'clock. It takes about an hour, and 160 vendors in total.
So they're all following around and trying to get their jockey for positions. And
I've got them pretty well trained that I take them in groups. It's.
What if I slipped you some soap or something? If it was a soap.
Nah, it doesn't cut it. There's too many other people. No payola at this market. No, it's a strict. They're all policed. They do all. It's self-policed and there's clear rules, and so we just follow them, and people hate them when they're new, but once they're in it,
and there's a hierarchy of how long you've been here. Some of the vendors have been here a long time, haven't they?
Oh yeah, 30 years. Before the market was a market, a CRD market, it was a dirt parking lot, and people were coming in, and
so they get priority on the top spaces, is it?
Once you've been doing it, typically, if you've been in the market for 10 years, then you'll get a permanent spot, and you go to the same spot every week, and you don't have to deal with me. You just go to your spot after, and it's changing, but 10 years is a good way to do it. But 10 years is a long time to wait for a spot that you're going to be in every week. And so, yeah, when you're in year 1 and 2, you start going, oh, can I, the wheat from the chaff gets separated pretty quick.
And sometimes they don't get in, do they?
Yeah. Easter weekend is a hard one. Long weekends are hard, especially at the start. I had about 30 or 40 brand new vendors this year, and I didn't have 30 or 40 vendors retire this year, so they come and they get disappointed and they don't come back. A lot of hearts are broken. What about the
off-island vendors? Do they try to sneak in?
No. Typically they know now, and I haven't. I do have to make sure if I see a new face. I think I've done a good job of letting the locals know in advance that if you're interested in the market, it's beneficial to talk to me in February, or March before the market's happening, and then I don't have 30 new people that I've never seen before. I've got one new person, and I say, are you from here? And it's either yes or no, and all the other people are standing around going, oh yeah, we're from here, so it works well.
That's just it. It's kind of a mixture of free enterprise and self-policing, and then you've got the 3 basic things: make it, bake it, or grow it. So it really works well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's one of those things where you can make a lot of suggestions to make it better, but that might break it as well. You know what I mean? It's so organic. If you change one thing, what's it going to trickle down and cause? You know, it might sound like a good idea, and then so you really have to think about any change because it's grown organically. So, yeah, it's a tough one.
It's an amazing market. Well, thank you, Rob, for the interview.
Yeah.
And keep up the tweets. Rob also does various other jobs on Salt Spring. Rob works at the radio station, does all the tweeting for the station and website, don't you?
Yeah, that's my volunteering on the island is with the radio station. I do my radio show on Tuesday nights from 8 till 10, and then try to keep on top of the website and tweet. Yeah, CFSI FM is our Twitter account.
And what's your radio show about, Rob?
All Canadian music.
All Canadian music.
New Canadian music.
There you go. And what time is it on? 8 o'clock?
8 till 10 on Tuesday nights.
So there you go. You can listen to Rob on the radio on Tuesday nights.
Later.
Okay, Rob, thanks. Have a great day.
See ya.